Hello everyone, we are watching GS tutorials and today we are going to learn about the integration of Jenkins with CodePipeline. So in this case actually we'll be building the project using Jenkins. So first of all what we are going to do is we are going to create an EC2 instance on which we'll be installing Jenkins and then integrating it with our code pipeline. So how to do it? So first of all, I'll be launching an instance. Okay, the name will be my Jenkins server. Okay, then after that, I'll be adding a key pair to it. I will be selecting security group, which is launch wizard 4 and launch instance. Now that we are done with launching the instance, we'll first need to add role to it. Okay, so for adding the role, we'll first need to create the role. Okay, so we'll go to roles that will be creating a wherein we'll be using these use cases for an EC2 instance, and for that we'll require only two kind of pipeline access, right? One is the pipeline access and the second one is the S3 access, right? So these two access will be required. So I will be adding code pipeline. You can see now. So I will be create for more simplicity purpose. I'll be selecting this particular policy and one more policy with respect to S3 for access. So these are the two policies that we'll be using for this particular role. My Jenkins role or code pipeline. Okay, so we'll be creating this role. Now you can see that this role got created. Okay, now this role will be attaching this particular role to our server. Need to refresh it once. Yeah, you can see that my Jenkins server is up and running. And for this, I'll be adding this particular role named my Jenkins role for code pipeline and update IAM role. Now that we are done with this, we'll be going to the Jenkins server and then we'll be connecting it so that we'll be able to install Jenkins on it. Here it's establishing connections and I will be making use of documentation of Jenkins to install it on the AWS instance. Okay, so completing the previous steps enables you to download. Okay, so ensure that your software packages are up to date on your instance by using the following command. So it will update. Yeah, so I will be pasting this particular command. Then after that, we'll be adding Jenkins repo using this command. Then after that, then we'll be importing a key from Jenkins CI to enable the installation from the package. Then again, we'll be upgrading Okay, we'll have to say yes. And then again, we'll be now installing Java. So basically, Jenkins is written in Java and hence it requires Java to run. Then after that, we'll be installing Jenkins. After the Java installation, installing Jenkins. Okay. Now will be installing Jenkins. Then after that, we'll be enabling Jenkins. Then after that, we'll be starting Jenkins. Then after that, we'll be just checking the status. For starting any service, it will take a bit of time. Okay, it got started. Now I will be checking the status. It's active and running. Now our Jenkins is up and running and we'll be accessing it through our public DNS. Let's go to our EC2 and in here for the Jenkins server, you can see there is a public DNS through which I will be able to connect to it. Okay, 8080 on its 8080 port will be up and running. Now, to ensure the Jenkins is securely set up by the administrator, a password has been written to your log. So the initial password is stored in this particular path. I'll be copying this path and we'll be fetching it using this particular command. So let's copy this and after copying, I will be pasting it over here as an administrator password. For authentication purpose, this is basically used. We'll install all the suggested plugins. Now it will ask for the admin user details. I will be keeping this as admin, password also admin, full name, save and continue. Now this is our Jenkins URL. Now our Jenkins is ready to work with us. Okay. Now we are ready to integrate this with our code pipeline. So first of all, we'll create a pipeline. And before pipeline, I'll have to create a freestyle project over here. And before creating the freestyle project, I'll have to go to manage Jenkins because I'll have to add a plugin that is code pipeline. Since we are integrating it with code pipeline, it is necessary to install those plugins first. Okay, I will be searching for AWS code pipeline. So you can see over here that is AWS code pipeline, then we'll be selecting install without restart to avoid unnecessary restart. Okay, so it's done, and we'll go back to our page. After this, we'll go to new item, and then we'll be just naming this to be Jenkins for code pipeline. Okay, in that we'll be having selecting freestyle project and okay. We'll be so in this case we'll be selecting execute concurrent builds if necessary, AWS code pipeline, and yeah, ours is of US East 1 itself, so we don't have to add any other stuff. Since we have already added the role, we don't require access key or secret key right here. Okay, and in this case we'll be building it. We'll keep the provider as Jenkins build. Okay, and then after that we'll be using whole SCM. It will be keeping, else we won't keep this pole SCM. We'll keep it to be H star 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 and star. So this is for the per hour basis. It will poll the SCM after every 1 hour. Then after that we'll be adding the build stage, right, as a command stage where I will just be adding this particular command, that is equal hello world. Okay, then we'll be clicking on save for it. Okay, we'll first test it whether it's working for us or not. Yes, it's working since it already created a build. We'll check the logs though. Console out and see that it doesn't. It successfully worked for us. Now we'll go to the code pipeline and create all in all a new pipeline. So the name for this pipeline is code pipeline using Jenkins. We'll keep new service role, and next for the source we'll be considering AWS code commit. Then for the repository name, it's my web app which was already created and master. Then we have got Amazon CloudWatch events as well as code pipeline as a default output artifact format. For build we'll be adding Jenkins. Okay, so the provider name is is Jenkins build. Now in the server URL, because we'll have to check over here. So this is our server URL only till up to 8080. The rest needs to be ignored. And then project name is, of course, the Jenkins code pipeline. Jenkins for code pipeline. So just copy it and paste it. Next. Okay. So I will go here and I will change the provider to something else. Build using Jenkins. Or else build Jenkins. I'll have to save it. Now we are ready to go. Next, I will be skipping the deploy stage as of now, and that's it. So we are done with all the details and create pipeline. Now the pipeline has been created, and in this code pipeline, what is actually happening is we are just using source or different, I mean, we are using these services. Yeah, so we are integrating. We integrated with code commit. We integrated with uh, Jenkins build, right? So we are using Jenkins instead of code build. So this is how we can do the integration with the help of EC2, and we can see over here also the new build once gets created, it will be visible over here also. Yeah. So in this way, we can integrate Jenkins with our AWS code pipeline, with not only in this case wherein we just used hello world, but in any of those projects that you are working on, you can make use of Jenkins for your build or any other stage for further um, requirements, right? So thank you so much. Hope you liked the video and found this very useful. Please like, share and subscribe the channel if you like the videos. And also don't forget to press that bell icon for the latest updates. So thank you so much. Have a nice day.